Hey everybody, I've been inspired by a real vehicle. I looked up large wheeled vehicles online the other day and I came up with a Sherp. It is a real vehicle. Uh, it is a Ukrainian company, it's based in Canada. They make these vehicles that look very similar to this. I took a little liberty with the size. Typically, the regular Sherp holds from like 2 to 6 people, so mine's the size of, 40 people. That's a little inaccurate, but it's still fun to drive. The cool thing is that, well, I took some liberties with these wheels. You can see they're kind of sparkly there or whatever, spinny looking. Um, in real life, those wheels are solid cores and they are fuel tanks. So they get a few extra gallons in each one of the wheel hubs, and that helps it go a little farther. And must be some pretty neat mechanics that it takes to get fuel to go through a ring, that's inside the wheel hub like that. That's pretty neat. The Sherps are able to travel on water, which is perfect for this game. It's very much an all-terrain vehicle. They have a air compressor system inside the vehicle that can adjust the pressure on the tires as it drives. It can drive over rocks by lowering its pressure. It can do pretty good on water by raising its pressure. And let me reload it here. So the Sherpa in real life is over 100,000 US dollars to buy one of them. So they're not a toy. They are like a big boy toy, And they are used in harsh environments, a lot of freezing climates, hard to navigate things. They're really a major all-terrain vehicle. There's a lot of design features here that I'm not sure how to talk about all of them, but they come in all different shapes and sizes. You can special order them. In fact, about every one of them I think is customized. I looked up a lot of information on the Sherp. You can check out their website. It's kind of interesting if you're interested in crazy vehicles like this. Let me turn on the lights. Oh, before I do that, you can see there's some ground effects here. There's a purple glow below it, and there's kind of a glow up inside here. I've got these lights that I put up inside the vehicle, so I assigned them kind of a purple color, so it gives them kind of a neat look. I don't know. I liked it. All right, I'm gonna turn daylight back on so you can see what this thing looks like. So this wheel design here is made by neon. That's 25% transparency, gold. These clear pieces here are gold, and they are 75% transparency. And the combination of that makes it look like this. It makes it look like they sort of turn on and off and on and off as they rotate, and it just it gives it a neat little spinning effect. Most of the top of the vehicle is plastic, with the exception of the neon to make the lights glow. The counterweight below it. Let me just turn on all of the stuff here so you can see. So there's a counterweight out in front. That's plastic. This is a gold counterweight underneath. Sorry, did I say counterweight for the front? Those are protection blocks. This is the counterweight here. It is actually made out of gold on this one. A lot of times I use titanium, but gold works too. It just depends on how much density you need, how much weight you need. These use candy wheels for the core, and on each one of these nodes here, there's a old wheel sticking out there. Actually, there's 2 old wheels for each one of these nodes that sticks out. The candy wheel is further protected by this gold block. You can see the level of the candy wheel, and you can see that the gold block sticks down below it, and then of course it protects the back side of it. The front side of that wheel is protected by just a layer of one thick plastic. I guess that's not the scale, or the scale tool, so I can't see how thick that is. It's 1 anyway. There's jets up inside the thing for backup. There's thrusters that fire, push pressure down to keep me on the river. There's the big lever for turning on and off the wheel rotation decoration. And of course, because now I went here and I transparencied all the same way, you can see it looks different now than it did before. It's kind of got like a flashing sort of thing there. That's kind of neat too, in a different kind of way. Huh, I never turned that on before. So yeah, it allows this thing to just drive right down the river with all this protection in front. One of the things I've noticed a lot lately is the reinforcing of an idea. I jumped in my seat. the reinforcing of an idea that I've had for a while and have basically made it a science now by just testing it so many times. And that is that this block here, it's the core of the protection blocks. I use plastic for that because it sticks way out in front. If you keep it out of the rocks, so in other words, like the wheels here, the wheels that when they hit the ground, they rest like right here. In fact, here I'll just set this guy down. Well, now I've done it. So I was in my chair and then I touched something, and that's not good because then I flung all over the place. So what I was going to say, and I will finish saying now that I'm actually in my seat, is that this here is the level of where the water is, and this is where that block is that ties all the protection blocks together. So I've got it up out of the way so that most of the rocks go underneath it and don't actually touch it. That does two things. It helps it survive so that I can use a thinner block, a very small block, to tie all these big protection panels together. That makes it so you can use more protection panels, more plastic for those, so you can conserve your plastic a little bit that way. It also makes it so that that block is not interacting with the rocks as much as these other ones are. That does two things for you, along with making it survive longer. The interaction of the rock hitting a surface, touching a block for the first time, that's what actually takes out the rock. And I'm pretty certain of this based on just a boatload of testing. And I mean, when I say a boatload of testing, 661,000 gold since my last video, which I think I was at probably 200 and some thousand at that time. But plastic is important, but also lining it up correctly is important too. So get that core block out of the rocks so that it's not interacting with the rocks, and you'll have a lot smoother experience, especially when it comes to the lighthouse stage. It'll chew through those large rocks a lot easier if you don't have a big panel that's constantly interacting with those big rocks. So that is the Sherp vehicle. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the game, and maybe you can ride in the Sherp. If you see me, mention it, and I will I'll fire it up if I'm not busy with something else. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time. Bye-bye.